But this is a different NFC West team. And that's my take is half-baked take. The Seahawks will make the playoffs. And not where I thought I was going to be going with this exercise. Trust me. But this team, I think right now is projected, their under win total is 7.5 games. This team won 9 games last year with what I thought was a porous defense. I think they, in an offensive line that fell apart and crippled the whole offense. I think they got better offensive line play, even if they lost a guard. I just think with improvements, I like the guy they drafted. I just think health luck will help. I think Charles Cross, the left tackle, will be back to his rookie kind of flashes. I think they have 2 workable running backs, even if I like Charbonnet a little better than Walker. Walker's explosive. It's not like he's bad. He's just a different type. They have 3 workable receivers. I think one of them being Young, who I think is just going to grow this year, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. But they also have, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, my last pick in our dynasty draft. And also, I keep mentioning him every single time I mention him now. The tight ends, I didn't like that they lost Kobe Parkinson, but I also like the draft pick, AJ Barner, who, tight ends are a rookie. You only can expect so much, but at least they try to fill that role. I think the offensive coordinator is good. I like Ryan Grubb from Washington. I think he does cool stuff. And I also think this offensive fit makes sense with the quarterback that pushes the ball in Geno, with maybe just the run game and also just the receivers and what they do with the receivers. They're going to be asked to do some dirty work, but I like that. And I just think the defense, some of why I think people think the defense is going to fall off is name recognition. Bobby Wagner, who I respect the hell out of and is going to be a Hall of Famer, hasn't been a quality starter in 3 years now. And really, even last year was a below average starter. And Jamal Adams too, because the injuries caught up with him. His role is kind of weird as well. He ended up being kind of a negative player for the Seahawks team. I wrote about him late in the season, kind of like they kind of made this bed. You can't bench Bobby Wagner and Jamal Adams, even if they're your 2 or worst starters along the spine. I think the defensive front is interesting. I like Devin Witherspoon's a star in the slot that I think McDonald's going to do great things with. Julian Love got paid, but he's okay. But and then they signed Rashawn Jenkins from the Jags, who's interesting, but I think McDonald again is going to use him well. So I just like the makeup. I think they got some improvement with their coaching staff. I really think the defense was bad last year, like just rules wise too. I just think they're going to get improvement, even if it's like 20th or 18th. I think that's improvement. And this offense was an honorable mention top 10 offense for me. I think this offense is going to be better than people think just because of health luck. That's really what I keep coming back to. So yeah, I think the Seahawks can make be one of those 9-8 teams, sneak into the playoffs. Like there's a chance of that as much as there is for a chance, I think, for them to hit their under of 7.5 wins.
Yeah, I can get there with you on the offense being better than people think, because I know we have a breakout players episode coming up in a few weeks, and so maybe I'll save a lot of my JSN notes for that, because I feel like in a couple weeks I'm going to get myself to think that he's going to lead this team in receiving. Just the more I think about his role in this offense, and
it's a good fit.
It's a really good fit. He lines up so well with a lot of the Jalen Polk stuff of this offense, like the routes that he's got, the whole thing. So yeah, I'll save that, because if I bake that take for about a week or 2 more, I think I can get a fully formed dish there.
I'll be right there with you. I'll put frosting on that one.
Perfect. Look at us, just a couple of chefs. But the defense, I do like. I look, Mike McDonald's defense was my favorite to watch on film last year, because just like they threw so much at quarterbacks, and they put quarterbacks in a blender. Obviously, like that's why he's sort of been labeled as the Shanahan coach tree killer and the whole thing. That will be fascinating in this very division, but I do just wonder if that's going to take a minute to get there. Talk about something that needs to bake. Like initially, right, like with the Ravens, there were these games when McDonald started to take over where, that Dolphins game, I think week 2 of his first season, where they're busting coverages left and right. I'd wonder if that defense takes a minute to get up to speed, but by the end of the year, it looks like a team that's ready to rock. Plus just, man, like, you're excited about the Cardinals, but we all expect the Niners to be the Niners again. We love the Rams.
Rams offense, yeah.
This is gonna be a tough division, buddy. That's why I don't know if I could get fully like they're gonna make the playoffs, and just the defense might take a minute. But I do understand the optimism for the roster and the way the coaching fits here.
Yeah, and also is Roquan Smith coming with you?
Right.
That's
I like Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah,
Devin Witherspoon, but
Witherspoon's great. He's really good.
He's also not like he's not like a pterodactyl like
he's
Kyle Hamilton
type.
in the middle of the year.
So, Kyle Hamilton's like this long, rangy, smart player, and Witherspoon is just a heat-seeking missile. I compared him to the pistol from Halo.
Oh, God.
He's a headshot specialist.
Many afternoons and evenings wasted on Halo.
That's what he is. Yeah, that's my comparison for him. Just useful. It could just snipe you for 3 shots. Yeah, but it's one of these. I think maybe the take really, if I was fully formed, is more once we get into our win totals pod. Spoilers. Is that I would say, oh, they're over 7.5, maybe than playoffs. But I'm just curious at it. But no, that was a lot of fun.